On the screen you can see lots of different pieces of equipment you wrote. This is linking into your last piece of work where you had to write some of the descriptions about them. So you have 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, let's say 90 seconds, to try and remember every single piece of equipment that you can see on the screen. And then you're going to write out how many you can remember. Okay, so pause the video now and see how many you can remember. Give yourself a countdown of 90 seconds. Okay, I hope you're all ready now. So you'll have another 2 minutes to try and write out as many of these different pieces of equipment as you can now. Sorry, pause the video, try and write down as many of them as possible. Okay, so the video, I'm going to go back to that first slide just to see how many of them you were able to remember. Okay, so we've got a Bunsen burner, we've got a clay triangle, a pipe triangle, evaporation dish, test tubes, beaker, crucible and cover, pestle and mortar, an iron ring, utility clamp, a ring stand or a clamp stand, gas bottle, safety goggles, corks, watch glass or evaporating dish, a conical flask or an Erdenmeyer flask, sorted rubber bungs, tongs, wire gauze, pipette, thermometer, burette, a volume cylinder, a measuring cylinder, a graduated cylinder, a wash bottle, some pipettes, a dropper, forceps or tweezers, a file, wire brush, test tube rack, funnel, spatula, scoopula, and a 24 well plate or a sample dish. Okay, so lots of different pieces of equipment there. I wonder how many you got. I would say more than 15. I think you're doing very well. So this is some of the work that has been sent in to teachers who did that last assignment about writing down about different pieces of equipment, and some of the work we've got has been absolutely brilliant. Okay, some really, really strong work, so well done, Year 8. This one in particular I quite liked, very colourful, got some nice descriptions here. Okay, but on the whole, some really, really good work has been submitted. Okay, so well done. This week, we're moving on to something different. We're moving on to elements and compounds. So what I would like you to do, like on a piece of paper or on a laptop or some kind of writing device, doesn't matter what, I want you to split it into three sections. So you're going to have one where it's talking about elements, one that's compounds, and one that's mixtures. Okay? And in each of those bubbles, each of those boxes, you're going to have a diagram, you're going to have a definition, you're going to have examples. Okay, a diagram of an element, a diagram of a mixture, a diagram of a compound. Okay, a definition, just a sentence or two maybe, writing what an element really is, what a mixture is. Now I've done an example of compounds, so here I've drawn a water molecule, a water compound. So you've got an oxygen and 2 hydrogens. Okay, and the important thing that makes it a compound is that the different elements are chemically bonded. Whenever I'm teaching, I do try and sing the 007 tune. I'm not going to put it onto YouTube, but I always think about chemical bonds. James Bond, 007, they're bonded together. That's the important part about a compound. Okay, so this is a little quick example. Now, for it to be really good, you want 2 examples. This has only got 1. Okay, but it's got a nice little definition. Okay, now on the last slide, I've got the equipment again. I want you to see if you can name the missing pieces of equipment. Okay, what were in the 5 boxes? Okay, see if you can remember what was missing. I hope everything is going well at home. I hope you're having fun at home. I hope you're doing all the work. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families. Bye-bye.